Hello everybody, Realm Builder Guy here, and welcome back to the channel. And, well, to the Abadid Sultanate. And this little conflict we now find ourselves in. Well, it's definitely this is what this episode's all about, is figuring out how to survive this crusade. Now, the thing about this crusade is, of course, that the Pope, what they're looking for is to reestablish the Kingdom of Galicia. Nothing else, just Galicia. And I was kind of trying to figure out why they decided to go for this crusade. What event triggered this process? And Grand Holy Wars, which the Crusades are oftentimes triggered, also with the AI, when a holy site is taken by the opposite faith. And in this case, that happened right here in Santiago. Santiago, you can actually construct, see here, it's a holy site for Christians. Santiago de Compostela. And that is my assumption, is that is what triggered this whole event. But there's no way to really go around it. If you want to get the Al-Andalus achievement, you're going to have to take Santiago. Maybe we should, if we could have, it's theoretically possible if we would have just left it to the end, then this wouldn't have happened. But, you know, it just is what it is. It adds, obviously, some interesting intrigue to the situation. Now, I am trying to figure out what to do here strategically, exactly. The Papal Army, obviously, the Crusaders have the numerical advantage over us, and we are going to dump into debt here through this war. And that's going to be a little bit frustrating, but it's about survival. I mean, they won't destroy the Abadid Sultanate. They want to reestablish Galicia. Now, what you cannot do when it's a Great Holy War, you can see here that that option for white peace does not exist. You can either surrender or enforce the demands. I'm not really willing to surrender Galicia just yet. I'd like to see what we can do, and I've got a few things I'd like to try. Before I do that, I want to thank everybody for watching and subscribing. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe as well. We cracked 3,000 subscribers last week here on the channel, and I want to thank all of you very much for spending time with me, for dedicating some of your hard-earned free time with me here in Iberia and on the channel in general. So thank you. Thank you so much. All right. So the theory I have, or what I want to see if can happen. Now we have Rome over here. Our son, remember I mentioned he is in jail. Where is he in jail? He is in jail. He was, Pope Ioannis has taken him. He is in Rome. In prison in Rome. So he's gout-ridden as well, so, you know, that's going to hamper his health. So we'll kind of see where and how that thing goes. But one thing I want to try, I have this small force right here, just over 1,000. We've got a few more levies, I believe, coming. Not many, maybe 10 more. Or we have more mangonels coming as well. Is to have this little detachment force. And I'm going to try this. It may be completely suicidally stupid, but it's worth trying, in my opinion. Is to send these 1,000 men and see if we can't take Rome. I don't know if we can, because Rome, of course, is quite the fortress. If we look here, they are fort level 11. So I don't think that's going to work. We can knock out some of the other ones. We can go down here and go to Naples as an example. This is fort level 4. So that's definitely one we can take and try to attack some of these individual crusading nations. There are quite a few. I basically send a raiding party, as it will, from Iberia to the coast of Italy. And who knows? I mean, I don't think it'll really do much other than divert funds and attention. What we have here is we've got a large papal army and another 5,000 men landing down here to the south. Yeah, it's going to be tough. If we look at overall war here, they've got 47,000. We have 31,000. It's a difficult one. Now, we have a lot of allies. Now, if we have an ally swarm heading south fast enough, maybe we can do something about it. But what I am going to do is send our army around the back side here, stay away from the coast, and see if we can't attack the Papal army. All right, the battle is about to commence. Here we go. A large battle. We have the superior numbers. I've also added a new commander who's a forder, so we won't get hurt when we cross water. All right, a large victory. Fantastic. All right, so that's gone in our favor. Now we have those armies to the north we need to deal with. So now let's go along the coast and see what we can do. I mean, the problem is we are grossly outnumbered. It really depends on what our allies end up doing. Let's just move up here bit by bit by bit. Santiago is under siege. The problem is it's a lot. We're dealing with large forces here. So they're moving away. It depends on how quickly everybody gets together. Attacker here, the Kingdom of Scotland. So this is drawing all these forces together in a huge battle. Right now we still have an advantage. Not for much longer. We lost that battle. Massive loss. And they have huge war score advantage now. This is a road to defeat for sure. Yeah. I was worried this is all that was going to happen. We still have these guys here. We'll see. Alternative taste. Lately, regular activities have not done it for me. Physicians have recommended various ointments, but nothing excites. As I grow more and more desperate, I stumble upon some books hidden in the bottom of a pile in a merchant's stall that depict some unusual activities. I find that I cannot stop turning the pages, and heat is stirring in my loins. Well, if this is what it takes, become deviant. Socially unacceptable acts. Sure. So Half-Brother has been released. The weight of influence. While I enjoy how willingly Prince Abdul Hakam does my bidding, his kinsman Emir Rashid remains outside my reach. Abdul Hakam is just the man to help me change that. However, a liege is responsible for their vassals' actions. So, Abdul Hakam will help make him fear me. So 50 intrigue lifestyle. You use a weak hook on Abdul Hakam. May not entirely interact. You get a... Okay, let's do that one. See what happens. So this war, we fought. We won one battle. And that was kind of the end of that. I had lured Emir Rashid to Prince Abdul Hakam's dungeon on the Wali's invitation. There I waited to reveal that our host was a prisoner in his own home. I may have gotten a little carried away with the Wali's life in my hands, but I turned it into a delicate message about how I expect complete obedience. Even through Abdul Hakam's screams, Rashid got the point. So, Prince Abdul Hakam is blind. Yeah, we're in debt now. The money is slowly but surely going away, and just look at that. Look at that swarm. Yeah, we have no chance in this war. I mean, those are huge armies, and we cannot sustain this. Blessed are the meek. I was shocked when I caught Prince Abdul Rahman trying to steal from a traveling chest from the court Imam Sanyo. We are all but small pieces of the world. He gave me an impressive speech on how he now understood why what he had done was wrong. He is now humble. Yeah, we're going to lose this crusade badly, and we can't regain enough. I think at this point, question is, do we just surrender and close it out? Let's take a look. If we hit surrender, what happens? Titles in the targeted kingdom. So all of Galicia gets carved out. So hostage taken by all war parties will be released. Alvar Jimeno Faro gets the kingdom of Galicia. All titles within the targeted kingdom will be divided amongst beneficiaries. 3,000 gold is divided amongst participants. 4,000 piety is divided amongst participants. 16,000 prestige is divided. Catholicism fervor decreases by 25. And Mualadism fervor increases by 30. Yeah, pragmatically, this is just not going to end well. They have a war score of 86. We cannot withstand it. Their military is far too superior at this point. So we will surrender. Well, our son has been freed. The wrath of the cross. Allah must have abandoned Sultan Abat to allow his armies to be so thoroughly defeated by the soldiers of the cross. Following their successful crusade, the infidels have occupied Galicia and claimed the surrounding territories. Rightful Catholic land. So be it. All right, well, let's disband our troops and rebuild our treasury. So Galicia is back, which kind of figured would happen. Ransom her. It's all very, very rough, but we've got our money. So the king paid us 200, so we are out of debt. And now it is time to lick our wounds and figure out what to do next. Of course, we've lost Galicia, which we had just conquered, but the Sultanate stays together. And we can regroup and refocus. Now, our military has got to rebuild. We have time until then, but we still have some targets within our sights. Now, of course, we can offer vassalage to the Emir of the Hudids, and we are at minus 41 on that. If we send a gift, he gains 35. And we gain stress. Are we swaying him? We are trying to sway him. So we're going to work on swaying him. Then we have Navarra. We can declare war here. We can't conquer the duchy. We could conquer a county. We cannot holy war for the duchy. And obviously we cannot invade a kingdom. We don't have a near enough there. Castile. Here our options are, I mean, we're basically down to the same stuff. Holy war for a duchy, holy war for a county, conquer a duchy, or conquer a county. The problem with Castile, of course, is they are allied to Aquitaine. That gives them a lot of strength. Now, we have vastly superior numbers. It's not even close, but it's frustrating to have lost Galicia, but it's not surprising. So I think what we're going to be looking at now is actually different. Let's take a look at southern France now. The Languedoc, which I'm completely butchering, of course. So they are allied with Champagne and Toulouse. They can bring to the field about, let's do quick math, 1,400, 1,900, 2,000, so 9,000 troops to the field. We can bring 11,000 of our own, not counting allies. Toulouse, they can bring a decent amount as well, though not nearly as much. Aquitaine, see, here's the thing. Aquitaine would actually be an interesting target for us. Strategically difficult, because we can only access it this way or that way. We would have to take Navarra first and isolate them from everybody else. The good thing is we can use our Hudid allies to do that, and that might be the right course of action. But looking at France and southern France, that would be the one to go after. Now, of course, we do have an issue right here that the Provence is part of the Holy Roman Empire, and they're right in the middle of what we need. So eventually we're going to have to take on the HRE, which is tough because their allies have 21,000 soldiers. That's all very, very interesting. We can dismantle the papacy, but of course we don't have that option right now. Avenge the Battle of Tours. You know, we still need to gain all of Iberia and southern Francia. So that's what we need. Is all of that is Aquitaine, Auvergne, Toulouse, Languedoc, and that's part of the Provence that the HRE has. That's the thorn in our side. We could go around this entire problem of here by invading France. That may not be a bad one, but we also still need to take care of these pricks over here, which is not easy or not straightforward in the sense we're just missing everything here. So I think what we're gonna do actually is, where is our council? We will fabricate a claim on Mallorca. So other than that, we're doing okay. Transfer Sheikh Manuel Lisboa to Emir Mued of Fadlit. We will do that, of course. We can declare a lot of wars, but at this point, not necessarily something we want to do. We need to increase our piety. We took a huge piety hit through losing that. Unfortunately, we can't go on a pilgrimage until a few more years from now. So, unfortunately, there's not much we can do there. We can lick our wounds and take on Navarra. They are isolated with no allies. This is really the area I'd like to take more than this. I don't have the prestige. I mean, we're just a bit off. What we can do, this is what I'm going to do now. We're going to go hunting. We need to reduce stress anyway. We have the money. So let's go on a hunt. Hunt illegal prey. Poachers here in the Emir's woods. They huddle together as I ride up with my guards, making a poor job of hiding the dead hare behind them. We did not do this, your mercy. Their blades and bows belie their words. They will hang and their villages will pay. So we gain punished poachers for 10 years. Holding taxes go up by 10%. Popular opinion down by 30%. You all seem to be excellent bowmen. So that would be poacher training. So this character has been trained by poachers to hunt. Prowess 2. The animal is mine. There is a 42% chance we get 80 gold and 150 prestige. 57% chance we lose 75 prestige and gain poaching outrage. Let's see, is diligent, deceitful, greedy, flamboyant. He's a one-legged, murdering, torturing, rakish. Teach me. Teach me your ways. All right, we do have an available perk here. So digging for dirt. So that's progress speed for finding secrets up by 25%. Yeah, all right. So we are a novice hunter. The hunt is drawing to an end. We mount our horses to leave the farmlands behind as the servants prepare the hare and other game for the journey back. I've held my share of hunts, and people around me have started to take notice. Word is spreading of my activities. We return home, reinvigorated, and there are 150 prestige. And I believe that is exactly what we need. To conquer the duchy, we need 675. Now, if we change our objective in the county, we only need that for this. But first things first, of course, we need to go back down here and change our rallying point to the right place. Where is my rallying point? All right. Let's go here, Rally point. We will move our rally point to right over here. Because, of course, we're going to have to conquer all of that. I could have done this without the hunt, but now we have the extra prestige, right? All right, so we'll go in Navarra. We'll declare war. Just for a county, we'll change the objective to Ipuscoa. Confirm that because that is a strategic choke point around the Pyrenees. That's what I want to take. We'll raise all of our armies, and I do wish to... Where is our ally of the Hudids? We will call him to war. Because obviously, that's the big one. That's the ally we need. Boiling anger. You might be a sultan, but you are also a two-faced knave? The unprovoked anger expressed by my Faris Abu Bakr comes as a complete surprise. He has been under a lot of stress lately, but to behave like this, that even he struggles, it's calming. All right, let's bring our forces together into one mighty army. Merge that and move up north as the Hudids move south. Oh, they're coming with us. So here's a large battle to fight against Navarra. Oh, the teacher. I have noticed your interest in the arts of subterfuge, my lord. I might be able to help you learn even more. Lead the way. All right. A donation in good faith. My Alama Abdul Hakam has received a significant donation of gold from the estate of a wealthy but childless landholder, now deceased. He claims the departed lived a very frugal and pious life and wished for the gold to go where it could do good. Alama Abdul Hakam insists that I receive part of the donation as I am a paragon of Mualadism in Abadid. Naturally, I plan on pocketing the money for myself. Well, thank you for the 50 gold. All right, now let's get back to this battle. It's going to be a tight one because they have some advantages. We have the advantage in manpower still. All right, now we've turned this battle in our favor. That was quick, or that was tight, and then all of a sudden it switched. All right, that is a big victory. And now the siege can commence. Perfect. And we still have levies that are going to come. I mean, we can... My cousin has created the cadet branch. Jalilid. All right. We have a claim. All right. Noble guest. Enemy ally joins war. King Alvar. Brother has died. King Alvar of Galicia. See, that's one thing with an upcoming patch that will change. That, you know, it needs to be a month before anybody can join an alliance. All right, we will assign Abdul Qadir as our new marshal. Yeah, see, now they've got a pretty good force there. We've got a couple of months. We're going to beat them. They're not going to get... They've got 16 months in that siege they're breaking off. We have a few days left here, and then we will take their capital. But yeah, in the new patch that's going to be coming up, this won't happen. They won't be able to come that quickly into a war. All right, let's move up north here with our troops. Okay, we've lost that little battle. Let's raise more armies down here. We will sit there and take that siege. It's got 4 months until then. They're going to regroup and join us. So the small contingency we can send up north in hopes of taking that province as well. Commander has been promoted. My Marshal Abdul Qadir has been showing off a promising new recruit. Very well, Musa shall serve me. All right, so it's a little bit Oh, we've got a lot of people that are gone. We need a new steward. Need someone with who's God. Our spy master or vassal. Yeah, we'll put him in charge there. Don't really want people that don't like us. Faris, vassal. Yeah, let's assign him. That'll give him a little boost to liking us. They broke off that siege. The good Emir, while hosting lords and ladies from realms near and far, some opportunities to portray Emir Abdulrazak of Hudid in good light have presented themselves. Perfect. Without a doubt, he gains 10 opinion. We spend some prestige. Bring that army together. What I could do is actually add some mercenaries as well. Let's see, how long is that going to take? They are 2 months away. We are just a few days away. So we're going to win this siege before they win that siege. Those guys keep breaking off back and forth, so they're just doing a little bit of a dance. Here comes another large Galician army. But we will win this siege before they can do anything, and then the Hudids will take them. There we go. War score done. We will enforce the demands, and it is now ours, and we disband the armies. All right, we're above the domain limit. I'm not too concerned about that right now. We've got a whole bunch of prisoners. Let's see, this guy, we can negotiate his release. We'll just gain a weak hook. Get rid of that person. The Infante, we'll get 50 gold for that one. Adelheid of Lenzburg. Gain a weak hook. Tibal, okay, we just need to wait. These are all from the same houses. So let me just go through all of these people, bit by bit by bit. All right, so all of that's been taken care of. It looks like we've got a little bit of an internal conflict going on here between our vassals. But that war, it got a little tight there, and as we can see, Galicia has flipped control in hands. It is now part of Castile. And so they are allied with Navarra and the HRE. But we were able to gain this little foothold here. So what that means is we completely control land access to Spain, to Iberia. The only way an outside force can enter Iberia now is from the sea, which obviously can happen. You know, I mean, it's not like that's a big deal. But this does give us a strategic advantage in how we can funnel people. Now, the problem is, of course, Navarra. Their alliance with Castile means they've got a pretty big army now going on. But eventually we will take Navarra, and then we will have to declare war against Castile and pick our timing right. Ideally, when the HRE is no longer allied with them. If we take a look quickly at the French, at these guys here, they are still allied with Champagne and Toulouse. So they could bring a decent force to the field. Toulouse as well. They've got a lot of allies. And then Aquitaine, they're allied with Bigon and Infante Juan Sanchez of Castile. So there too, it's a decent-sized army that Aquitaine can bring to the fold, but it is not quite as extreme as what Castile can bring right now. And then if we look up here, these guys are very isolated, and as is Bourbon. Let me just quickly take another gander here. If we look at Tours and the southern Frank, yeah, it's still that. All right, just needed to double check. So the strategy now is honestly, let's, conquer these islands in the next steps. I think it's just about time to do something here. We can't invade the kingdom. We're still fabricating a claim there. Minorca. These guys, we can just conquer the county once we get enough piety. They will not vassalize with us because they're still too far away. How are we sitting on the Hudids right now? He does like us. We're missing 32, but we could send him a gift that gives him 38 opinion of us, and the stress is going to hurt. But strategically, for as astute a sultan as he is, it makes sense. So we will send the gift that has bumped that up. Will not accept. I thought we were going to get the bonus there, but I guess not yet. So we still need to sway him. Oh, I guess I need to unpause actually to make that work. Give it a few seconds here and see what happens. Well, not much has happened, so we still just need to wait to sway him. Sending a gift, 38, I mean, it really doesn't change anything, so we're just playing the waiting game with the Hudids before we can vassalize them and make them part of our realm. So, again, this episode, losing the Crusade was rough, not gonna lie. Deft diplomacy. My Chancellor Emir Muyahit has worked hard to convince our neighboring realms and vassals that the peace treaty I entered with Sheikh Abu Bakr of Uklis is flawed, illegitimate, and unfair to me. Incredible work. All right, don't care about that. But we lost the war, the Crusade, but I'm really big on winning this right here because that's such a choke point for forces coming from the land. I mean, the way sea landings work in CK3 is not a huge disadvantage, but in my brain, the way I'm doing this, I think that's an advantage to cut off the land route to Iberia for any forces, so that eventually we can get rid of Navarra and take out Castile. But I believe our next target should be to invade France. We have the border now there. We can do it. And I think taking on these guys, it'll be quite the massive war. It's not going to be easy, but it's something that we definitely should look at doing. And we're going to move, I'm going to move the rally point already right to the border with Carcassonne. And then work towards attacking them. Now, declaring a war on these guys, what are our options? Actually, we don't need a ton of piety. We need a bit of prestige to do it, to conquer it. But the options are there to move into southern France. So I'm kind of going at this a different way now. We've consolidated most of the power in Iberia. I think this is the right way to go. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And in the next episode, I'm going to do a little bit of management here as far as upgrading some of our holdings, bring in some additional money, and build on the back end while we are building towards the invasion of France. So let me know your thoughts. Until next time, I am Realm Builder Guy. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and until next time, I'll talk to you then.